Hello humans and welcome to another episode of Your Replays, and if you want your replay featured on the channel, join my Discord server. Link to that is in the description. And we're having a bit of a cuddling session going on right here in the first vehicle, the ML1. Now this thing is a tier 8 autoloader with pretty good turret armor. It's better turret armor than the ML9051, which kind of makes that thing a bit annoying. Now it does have the special speed boost, which also makes the 1951 kind of pointless. If your enrichment is discounted and you can permanently enrich this vehicle, it makes a lot more sense to do that, but only if it's like massively discounted, because permanent enrichment at its current price is an absolute not a joke. But if it costs like 5-6k gold, it might be worth it if you really enjoy this vehicle. So this thing is one of the better tier 8 tanks out there. Obviously it's an autoloader, so you have to play it very carefully. It's not the fastest vehicle either, so you have to be careful in how you position this vehicle, because if you just put it somewhere and you get pushed by 4 or 5 enemy vehicles, you're obviously not going to have a chance. Well, you don't want to be pushed by 4 or 5 enemy vehicles in any tank, for that matter. That's why map awareness is such a crucial element of this game, and if you don't have map awareness, you will never be a good player. You always need to know what is going on around you. What are the enemies doing? Where are the enemies? What is your team doing? And where are your team? Because, I mean, they're probably camping, but that's a different story. Now, a bit too forward here. Now, he knows the ML1 is reloading, so you just go jump at this guy, right? Because that's the advantage of an autoloader. If you're fighting against it, if it's reloading, it can't do anything. And in this case, so that ML's reloading. I've got 20 seconds. I'll jump the other ML. Beautifully done right there. This is the kind of awareness that you want and need to get good in this game. And now Dolphin is doing the same, but a little bit less successful. So Taco's better than Dolphin's? Taco Dolphin? I don't know. Now, 3.3k damage here already, and it is still a 4 versus 4, because no matter how hard you carry in this game, the teams will always stop you from winning if they can. So keep that in mind. The teams are rarely your allies, they're more of a roadblocks to victory in a lot of cases. Because here's the thing, this is not some kind of elitism or whatever, but the further a game goes on and the more popular a game gets, the more casual players there are in the game, right? You have a lot less people that are informed. The people don't even know what a tank is or how a tank works. So there is obviously going to be a lot less knowledge about how the game generally works, and that's totally fine. However, refusing to learn, then, that's not good. But then again, this is humans we're talking about, and there is absolutely nothing wrong with being a bad player at the beginning of your Blitz career. I mean, I was, everyone is. But once you get to 10,000, 20,000 battles, and then still being bad and still making mistakes that are so incredibly obvious that I can point them out in my sleep, I mean, that is where it gets sad. Because at one point, you gotta start realizing that peeking out into the open, into 5 tanks, is probably not a great idea, right? Because it's still gotta be fun, and look at that. Tiger's got no chance. He's just getting wrecked. So it's about fun, and I don't think that's fun, what he's experiencing right now. So, well, the Tiger, always been overrated, ever, and 5,000 damage. This very great game for Taco Dude 1 on the NA server, I believe. So, that's another sad thing that EU has no chat anymore. But yeah, wonderful game. Gotta have the awareness, gotta know what's going on, and then you get aces like it is standard. And you also get a lot of credits, because obviously the better you play, the more credits you will make. So, well done, Taco. Dolphin, you can do better. I believe in you, you can improve. I'm probably just a one-off, but anyway, we move on to the Centurion 1, or the Heshurian 1 as it is now, because it does have Hesh, which is just lovely. Now, on the tier 7, the Comet, don't use Hesh, ever. It's horrible on the Comet, because Hesh does require good standard penetration. If the gun doesn't have good standard pen, what are you going to do? Like, you can use the Hesh all you want, but you're not going to pen anything with a AP or APCR or whatever the standard round is. So the Hesh is a bit useless because you can't pen anything. So Hesh gun only really good if the standard penetration is also good, otherwise you just have a pointless little derp gun, and especially with a vehicle like this, you don't want that. Now this thing is great, and I thought of making a video on that vehicle, but it turned out a bit differently as I thought, but you'll have to wait till next video to find that out, how that went. But yeah, now this vehicle, it's a lot better, I feel, and if you are at a skill level where you can make use of the hash, then that is an absolutely amazing thing, and as we'll see here, it's going to work out just fine. Now the thing with hash is obviously you trade penetration for alpha damage, but you also trade safety for skill requirement, because premium ammunition is often safety, right? Because if you end up in front of an ML or something like an E75, you might not be able to pen it with your standard ammo, but if you have good premium rounds, you'll be able to pen it, you'll be safe, you'll be fine, but, you know, that's not great. Now, you can't do that with a hash gun. With a hash gun, you need skill. Because if you happen to be in front of an E75 now, you can't pen it because you don't have a real premium round, you have a high alpha damage secondary round. So you do need quite a lot more skill to play these vehicles. Now, would I recommend getting this tank, or getting the Centurion 7.1 and the FE422 especially, like those two are the main hash tanks there, would I recommend getting them with a heat gun? Absolutely not, because that completely defeats their existence. So, this is a tech tree that does require a bit of skill to properly pull it off, because again, you have the lower penetration, and therefore you need to play a lot more careful and think about what you're doing. Now, luckily, this is Blitz, and nobody's thinking, well, very few people are, so it's not really that difficult if you just follow the basics, like, you know, don't go city, because after 9 years of this game existing, people somehow still haven't realized that a tank in a tiny, crowded city is not a good idea. So, they're never gonna learn, are they? So, things like that. And also, map awareness. Look at the map. Where can you go? Where shouldn't you go? Shouldn't go city, for example. And then, like this. You're behind him. Shoot him in the bum. Boom. He's done. Which is lovely. And, on top of that, if you happen to be on the NA or the Asia server, you can watch them rage. Which, I do miss about the EU server. That's pretty sad, but, I guess finding a proper solution for the EU or EU server merge debacle wasn't within budget. But anyway, it's a lovely game that we're seeing here in the Centurion by the little wyvern. Great game. Now, we're behind the E75. That's how you want to do. Side, not front. And now, it's a 2v1. The O is a one-shot. But all you're going to do now is stay behind him, shoot the hash, right up his back, and then we're at 4,400 damage, which is absolutely lovely. Lovely game. Very nice display of the Centurion. Now, as I said before, I originally wanted to make a video on this thing, but it went a bit wrong, so don't forget to like and subscribe to see that one. Trust me, it will be fun. I know that, because I just made it before this one. So, with that said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the replays, and if you want to send me yours, put them on my Discord server. Link to that in the description, as always, and see you in the next one. Goodbye.